By Jove,
How's it hanging on, son?
chummy. It's chummy. Well, we got your card from Dublin.
Oh,
lad.
aye.
We got your card from Dublin. What's this trouble with Trouble and Stripe? You were very derogatory to your lady wife.
Oh, well, can you remember what happened last time, Mike?
Well,
How she went off with that dirty,
Oh, she was a bit wayward, wasn't she?
Yeah,
with
she
her
went
favours.
off with that lady.
Yes. And she went, oh, that's it, she went off with another woman.
Yeah, she went off with another lady, and I mean, I've never rung since because I hold my head down.
Pardon?
Not up high.
Well, of course, in fact, you were cuckolded by a woman.
That's right. I mean, it was
God.
terrible.
Oh.
But, I've had a lot of heartache over the last few months.
I bet you have, Chuck. I bet you have. I mean, it's a fancy married.
You've got to hang in there,
But you married a lesbian. How can you be so daft?
I know. Anyway,
how could you be somebody Barbies to marry a lesbian? Did you not check her out? Did you not have a moustache? Tattoos on her arm?
I told you it happened at the party.
Well, that was the wedding party.
No, it wasn't a wedding.
Was it not a wedding party?
No, it was a friend's party.
Oh, yes. Well, I must say it was so boring I forgot all about it.
Anyway, to bring you up to date about what's going on, the wife is still fooling around with this vile, unnatural, environmental relationship.
What? She's joined the Liberal Party as well, has she?
No, you know what I'm talking about. And after the last time I spoke to her, I said, Margaret, am I right in thinking that you're still fooling around with this dog?
No,
and she said,
my
that's
God,
right
it gets
under my
worse.
nose.
It gets worse under your nose.
Well, it's happening right in front of me, for God's sake. Anyway, she says, look, Tommy, I love her more than words can say. I'm sorry, love. I says, don't you love me? Look, she says, well, that's the whole point, Tommy. I don't. She doesn't love me.
I would have thought that would have been patently obvious.
No,
the moment she had it off with dogs, cats, and a lesbian.
But she can't be a lesbian, man. She married me, for goodness sake, last September.
Well, she might have saw the feminine side of you and possibly hoped to develop the feminine.
No.
Well, you strike a lot of people as they maybe having a strong feminine side, maybe.
And Mike, the mouth, that is terrible.
Well, excuse me, but we all have femininity. You have nipples, don't you?
You know I have.
Well,
Everyone's
there you are.
nipples.
Well, women have nipples, therefore you've got a feminine side.
So anyway, I took a more authoritative approach, Mike, and I said to her, look, I said, I have just been speaking to Mike the Mouth, and she says, don't you give me Mike the Mouth. She says, that bloke's an idiot. Because, she banned me from calling you Mike.
She banned you? What are you, a man or a wimp?
Well,
a wimpy mouse. Excuse me, she couldn't ban you. You tell old Fanan Fafer that she can phone me up any time and she'll get the back of my tongue.
Well, exactly, that's what I told her.
She's probably getting that off her girlfriend.
So we had this massive row, and basically she said, you can either join in with us, shut your mouth and lump it, or pack your bags.
Shut your mouth and
what? I says, well, naturally, I'm doing the latter, sweetheart. I says, I'm going, so I made for the door, except I had a sudden flash of inspiration, the way you do when you've been to the end of the world and back. And I says, Margaret, this isn't my house. You get out. So she did, and she's left.
You threw her out of your house.
I have took your advice, mate, and I've thrown her out.
Well, I did warn you, I did tell you, but you wouldn't listen. I did say that the person really suited for you was Marlene. I mean,
Don't you talk to me about that dirty, horrible
Doesn't
bitch.
matter. You know fine well that she wouldn't be well, you don't think Marlene could be a lesbian, do you? No, of course not.
I've got no idea.
No, you see. So I was trying to help you there. Now, I mean, say, now you're the laughing stock. Now everybody points at you and says, Tommy the man who married the les.
So she's been there ever since, looking after two kiddies, because she moved in with the lady, and she's got kids, this other lady, in a house of
What is it about these women who start having kids, and then...
Exactly, it's disgusting.
They use us men just for our seed. That's what they do. They take the seed out of us. They take the seed out of us, and then just cast it aside like a used condom.
I know. Anyway, it turns out they're not so compatible after all. Argue all the time, non-stop about lesbian matters, I shouldn't wonder.
Well, of course. Well, two women in the kitchen, Tommy, need I say more?
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'll have to say more than two women in the kitchen. It never works. Two women, one woman to one kitchen. You put two women in the kitchen and there is sure to be an uproar, right? Because they've both got their own way. You see, and they're obviously both dominant women, which you proved out because you're a wimp.
Don't you take that tone with me,
I'm telling you, because you are a wimp. I would have picked that woman up, had her over my knee and give her bottom a big spanking to prove to her who the man was. But you wimp. I mean to say, dear me.
Well, anyway, they've done non-stop arguing, but who does she ring when she's shaken and vulnerable after one of these lesbian rows? No other than me.
Do you talk to her?
Well, I do give her the sympathy she
Well,
craves. I know that.
you're a wimp. You should just say,
But I can't help it, you know, Mike. I mean, you can't stop the power of a woman. I mean to say, you've just got to look at Maggie Thatcher to know that.
You just say there is no wimp of that name residing at these premises.
They've got power, though. Women have got power.
Of course they haven't got any power. For goodness sake, where do you get that from, Tommy? I mean to say, you're as bad as Raymond Howe. You really are.
Who's
you're
Raymond Howe?
Child. Who's Raymond Howe? He's been away a long time. You're a child, laddie. You need to go to male assertive classes to learn how to handle a woman.
Well, anyway, she keeps going back, and when they argue, my ears are blasted with the fiddle-daddle of the lesbian argument.
Well, lad, you should say, I don't want to hear about this. Get back to Lesbos.
I should have the marriage annulled.
But you don't have the marriage. Your marriage, are you not annulled yet?
I'm not divorced, no.
Oh, my God, you've been annulled from birth, man, Tommy. You've been annulled from birth. That's the trouble, you see. It's the water across in Lancashire, what you've been drinking.
I don't come from Lancashire, I'm sorry.
You come from Yorkshire, don't you?
That's right.
Yes, but the water comes from Lancashire, you buffoon.
Don't buffoon me, mate.
You are a buffoon. You've shown men up. You've let the cause of men down. You've been humiliated by 2 women.
No,
You've been a laughingstock.
Will I tell you about my holiday? I'll show you what... Me and the lads went on holiday to Ireland.
You and well, if they're anything like you, my God, you must have held hands all the way up the tarmac.
No. They said, Tommy, mate, get away from the silly, unfaithful bitch. I said, so with a bit of persuasion, I went. And I did. I had the biggest smile on my chops I've had for years.
Oh, she went to Dublin.
I went to Dublin City, yeah. In Ireland, that is.
Ah, that's where it is. I wondered. And you had a good time in Ireland?
Oh, the blokes took me drinking, but as you know, I mean, I don't drink much, so I watched them grope the ladies' lotties, you know, in the drunken states, and well, it's much better than, you know, watching 2 lesbian women doing it. You're just
a passive voyeur. You just can't get it up. You're useless.
I beg your pardon.
You're bloody useless.
You go on about this sexual innuendos. I mean, this is disgusting.
I mean, see, we're talking about first sexual experience, and I mean, see, probably change one thing about it. You probably haven't had one.
I'm sorry. I wish not to discuss my sexual name.
I don't want to discuss it. It would be over too soon. I like long conversations sometimes.
That is disgusting, my
You're a disaster area, Tommy. You're a disaster area. You want to get yourself sorted out. Ship up or shut out.
No, mate, that is just not... Anyway, the guest house was really, really nice, you know. Anyway, there was a sexy maid, right, in this guest house.
Okay.
One morning I woke up in the guest house, you know, and this sexy maid walked in, right? She says, oh, hello. She says, I thought you were out. She says, I'm here to clean your room. Well, I was ever so embarrassed, you know, naturally, and so was she, and I said, So anyway, I said, what did I say to her? I said something like, I said, you get your selling here, love. You clean your until your heart's content.
Oh, what a man.
She says, but it's 9:30 in the morning, you're still in bed. I says, 9:30 in the morning, 10:30 at night, we're both adults, love. And once you've had a wife as a lesbian, you know, you've seen it all. Now get your rubber gloves on and start cleaning, you know.
Oh, God.
So, and do you know, Mike, she scrubbed like she never scrubbed before.
Did she?
All round that room.
Good God. And then what, she left?
All right, she left.
Oh, my God, it's the height. It's the height. I mean, I'm surprised the news of the world haven't been on to you, Tommy.
Why? I mean, no, I'm not going to be doing anything like that. I'm still a married man.
The sexy maid comes into your room at 9:30 when the another finish at 9 o'clock. She's obviously been gagging for it. And what have you done? You've made her clean the pigging room.
Well, that's what she wanted
should have
to
had
do.
her
She
in
told
the
me
bed.
she was there to clean the room.
Oh, my, when a maid says, I'm here to clean the room, she doesn't mean I'm here to clean the room. She means I'm here to clean the room.
Well, that's what I wanted her to do. She did.
No, see me, Tommy, man, for goodness sake. Look, I tell you, the best thing you can do is take a tin of Andrews with you and hope that the next time you get a room, in it there's a goblin teas made.
I don't understand. You'll have to explain. I don't understand.
Because you're a waste of breath and space. That's all. You're a waste of breath and space. Just...
How rude is that, Mike the Mouth? I'll come onto this show.
I'm not being rude. I'm not being rude.
You are being rude.
I'm not being rude because it's a waste of time. Chambermaid's wasting the time on you. Make your own tea. Clean your own room.
No, well, I paid good money. I paid good money for that lady to clean my room. She did it very well.
But she didn't want to clean your room. She wanted... Well,
it's not often I do that.
Exactly. I don't think you're capable of giving tips. Ah, Tommy, I'm sorry, son, but you're a disaster, area.
This is a liberty, this is.
You're a disaster. You let women walk all over you. You're a male doormat.
I've told you, and you know it as well. Women have the power. But I'm not going to let that happen anymore. After your advice the last time, I'm standing up.
Do what your
But I've
natural
got to have a divorce
tendencies
first.
are.
It's got to be annulled.
Get your natural tendencies and go to a gay club and find yourself a nice big man.
I beg your pardon, I am not gay, Mike the Mouth.
You're not gay. You're rampant. You're
and you'd know all about it, wouldn't you, Mike? You'd know all about it.
You're just holding it in. You're just holding it in. Explore your passion. Explore your sexuality, Tommy. Explore
I
it.
want a retraction. I want a retraction here, Mike.
Excuse
You
me.
do it now.
Don't you use language like that on my show. Did you hear him stood muffin demanding what he was demanding?
I demand a retraction.
He's at it again.
I don't want you to say things like that.
He's got no shame.
My good reputation's going to be harmed now, isn't it?
Your
Wait till I get onto that.
Your reputation's tattered. Totally tattered.
Right, what's the name of your boss? I want the name of your boss. Now, who's your superior?
I have no superiors. I'm an icon, you buffoon. Get off the show. 01914772000. Don't tell him I work for Jeff Stevenson. Keep that name out, right? 01914772000.